How do I describe the invitation? I probably would say that it's about a man who goes to the home he used to share with his now ex-wife to be reunited with her and her new husband and an old group of friends. And he is bringing his new girlfriend to this dinner party, and it's socially awkward at best and terrifying at worst. The casting process was interesting because it was such a low budget film. We sort of had to be upfront with everybody about our circumstances, and so what ended up happening was we ended up finding all these actors who really just wanted to be there, wanted to play those parts. It's really like very clear that they weren't there to make money. They were there to work together in what was almost like this like theater troupe environment while we were making the film. It all started with Logan Marshall Green, who was the anchor and anchor to the cast and the protagonist of the film. And then from there, I felt like a lot of people fell into place pretty quickly. And it did end up being such a wonderful group of people. When I first started making the film, I thought of it more as a psychological thriller or a very, very disturbing family drama. And so I never really considered that the suspense would be such an important part of the experience of the film. But in fact, I think as I was making it and as I was cutting it, it became really clear that it was important to keep a lot of questions alive, which is what I think suspense really is a sense of not knowing what's coming around the corner, as opposed to thinking you do know. So it was all about a process of subverting expectations and perhaps playing with ideas that people felt they were already familiar with. I do think that women are held to a much higher level of scrutiny. Um, I think that the concept of failure and success is somehow more, particularly failure, more lacerating for women. It's held against them for longer. Um, Generally, I mean, I think it's worth investigating whether or not women have to pay a price for failure um, for a longer period of time than their male counterparts. I think there is a desire, at least um, a lip service being paid to more women directing horror, and I know that I have been um, introduced to or offered a lot of opportunities in horror that ultimately I haven't taken because the films or the franchises or the stories don't quite appeal to me. I think it's possible that we'll see more and more women in horror. But again, all of those kinds of changes tend to take some time to really get implemented. It's funny. It's like it's a label to um, embrace in some respects because it is exactly who I am. I am a woman and I am a director, but I certainly don't look for the label to marginalize me any more than I've already been marginalized by simply existing in this business. So for me, it's just really important that I be ideally thought of as a director with her own perspective on the world, her own set of creative goals. And so for me, that's what I'm always sort of trying to cultivate, is the idea that that I'm my own person, sort of I don't want to say regardless of gender, because I don't think there's a world where we live regardless of gender, but I also feel like um, I want for women and men and everything in between to feel like they can participate in my work and feel spoken to because I'm human, you know?